So welcome back, folks, to another edition of BC Renovation Magazine. So this video is going to be a little continuation of the last video, which is where I showed you how to build this trellis. And if you missed that, go back and have a look at that. But today I'm working on this little planter here. I'm going to build a timber planter here in this area. So stay tuned, folks. Yeah, so this is kind of a little interesting little project here. I got this old meter shed here that I'm working around, and this thing, it's really in here wonky. It's you can see how far out of plumb it is there. It's not sitting in square to the property line or parallel to the property line. Everything about it is out of whack, and you know, so we've got this little area between myself and the neighbor here. And so, you know, since this is my front yard here, I want to, you know, do something to you know, dress this up and increase the curb appeal. So you know, once we lay the pavers here, the pavers are going to come all the way through, and they'll come to the end of the planter here, which is basically the end of the deck over here, and then we'll have a little sidewalk going into the backyard from there. But I'm dealing with some different elevations here. It's higher on this side than it is over there by quite a bit. So you can see how I'm starting to step this, and I kind of have to figure out how I'm going to step it. And so I've got my first timber in. This timber down here is level across there, and that's in place, so it's square to the trellis and it's level. So that one is the first one that's been set. And so now I'm just, you know, just figuring out how I'm going to step this in as, you know, the slope comes down this way. The videos don't really show the slopes that we have to deal with here, but you know, definitely is a slope, and you can see it. There's my level. So that 2x4 that I've got on there, it's, you know, that's not going to stay there. I'm just using that to establish my levels. But you can see how we're sitting on top of the 4x6 there, and you know, over there we're on the ground. So, you know, it's about 8 inches difference in elevation from there to there. It slopes down this way. So again, I'm just using these 4x6 timbers, and I'm you know, cutting them. And again, you know, whenever you cut these, this is all treated wood. So here I have a cut end, so you want to make sure that you know, dab it with the end cut preservative. And here's a little tip for you folks. When you're buying treated wood, you can see on this 4x4 post here, you can see these sipes. You see these little cuts in here? So those are called sipes. And so this piece of wood is rated for ground contact. When they put those sipes in there, when they dip it in the wood preservative, those sipes allow the wood preservative to get deep into the wood. So if you contrast that with that, you know, that stretcher board that I used on the top there, that's a piece of 2x4. Now that's also treated, but it doesn't have the sipes in it. All right, so that is treated wood, but it's not rated for ground contact. So you can use that. That's fine. You know, anywhere where it's not going to touch the ground, that's fine. It will last. You know, so we've done the same thing here on our deck. You know, all of our deck boards, they're not siped. There's not siped, but this is treated. Same with the joists. You know, we're not setting our joists in the ground. We built the beam out of the same thing, but on the post where, you know, it's not touching the ground, but you know, it's down close to the ground, we're using the material that's got the sipes in it, where this is, you know, it's a little higher level of preservative, rot prevention. All right, so I'm going to keep plugging away here, and as I proceed along, I'll keep you updated here. Stay tuned, folks. All right, so I've got my first base timbers in, and so those are level and square. And you can see I got to go around this goofy fence post here, which is, yeah, that's a bit interesting, but we're going to get around it. And so now I'm ready to start setting the second row of timbers around here, and that will give me the height that I'm after. I just got to show you how I got around this concrete on this post here. So yeah, this post, who knows how long it's been there. It's been here long before my neighbor or I got here. And you know, so it was when that post was installed, it was put into concrete, and so you know that concrete was in the way for my bottom timber there, and it also came up into the top timber here. So all I did was just notch it out. You know, I kept the bottom one short, you know, just to the side of that concrete thing, and then I just cut a notch out so this just goes over top of the concrete. And again, you know, after I cut that, I preserved it all with the wood preservative, so you know it won't rot on us. And yeah, that's kind of how I got around that. I just wanted to show you that before I started filling it in here. And here's a look at it from the other side. So there you can see the concrete and how we've notched out around the edge there. All right. All right, folks, so that's another little project out of the way, and I'll just give you a final walk around here. So, you know, this is the driveway that I'm standing on here, and we had to leave room in here for this meter shed thing. So what I did to today's project that I showed you here is building this planter at the end here. And so this is going to sort of close off this little area here now. Just, you know, frames it in. And so what I did was, you'll notice that I didn't go straight with it. I came out and I jogged out with it. And the reason I did that is because, you know, it makes it more interesting than just having, you know, just straight lines. So anytime you can introduce, you know, a little bit of a break in your lines, it just makes it more interesting. And so that little jog there is 9 inches, and so I worked it out with my pavers here, so that my pavers will, you know, go along and then they'll jog out and they'll be tight to the front of that planter there. So yeah, you can start to see how this little area is coming together. Next, I think I'm going to get into some pavers if the weather holds up. If not, I'm going to do some install some doors. You know, install my exterior doors, so that'll be another video. But you know, this is how this little thing finished up here. And so now the idea with this is to you know, plant some kind of a specimen plant in there. I'll just back up so you can get a better look at it. And so yeah, I'll put something in there that's going to be, you know, leafy and green and probably evergreen, so that in the wintertime it'll, you know, it'll screen that. Not sure. We have deer in here, lots of deer, so you know, anything like a cedar or a yew or anything like that is going to get eaten by them. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in there, but you know, be something that's going to grow, you know, quite big and be a specimen. And so that soil's a bit low in there yet. There's going to be some bark mulch in there, but you can start to see the landscape design coming together. And so, you know, here we have these two big trees. We've got a cedar and a fir, and so the you know, the landscape is going to work into here. These pavers, you know, are going to come out to the end here, and then we're going to have a little bit of a planting bed here between the pavers and the deck, to, you know, to plant what we call foundation plants. But yeah, I'm quite happy how this is coming together here. And thanks for watching, folks. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.